U.S. job growth surged to kick off the new year. The January jobs report crushed. That's a couple with a capital C.
Yeah.
I mean, capital C, experts' expectations.
And the unemployment rate fell to its lowest level in more than 50 years. 517,000 jobs were created in January. That's more than triple analysts' initial projections and nearly double the number of jobs added in December.
The unemployment rate fell to 3.4%. It's the lowest level of unemployment since May of 1969. Earlier, President Biden praised his administration's efforts with the U.S. economy.
We created 12 million jobs since I took office. That means we have created more jobs in 2 years than any presidential term, than any time in 2 years. That's the strongest 2 years of job growth in history by a long shot.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is here in the studio with us. Jill, welcome. So how surprising was this jobs report?
I mean, you said crush. I would say it was a scorcher if you were in, if you were in Boston. I mean, it was pretty astounding. And I think part of this is that analysts have been getting information from companies themselves about layoffs and what they were planning to do. And we have surveys from manufacturing sector, service sector, which did indicate a smaller number of jobs created for the month of January. So they said, 175, maybe 200. And here we have this 517 print. Now, part of it is there was a resolution of a strike in California, and that meant an extra 74,000 government jobs. That's only 74,000 jobs. The job growth was actually really spread out across a lot of different sectors. Leisure and hospitality actually has finally almost just within inches of recovering all the jobs lost amid COVID. We're 94% of the way there. And we saw job creation in professional and business services and healthcare. So it was a really strong report, and it was a head scratcher to in some respects. But on the other hand, there was a great nugget in there that I think the Fed's going to be psyched about, and that is that wage growth is decelerating. That's the part of the jobs report the Fed cares about, because when people make more money, they spend more money, and it can fuel inflation. So we had wage growth at 4.4% above where it was a year ago. And that's down from 4.6% in the previous month and about 5.5% or so earlier last year. So these are moving in the right direction, at least from that part of the equation.
For so long, we have been bracing ourselves for this big R. So what do these latest numbers tell us about our economic climate and what we're living in right now?
You know, it's really hard because I think that people will say recession, slowdown, terrible job loss. That's what usually occurs. But what we have seen is that the economy has really decelerated, right? We only had an expansion of about 1% last year. The previous year was 5.7%, was a big number. The year before that, we had economic contraction. So these have been very strange years, and it's hard to predict how the employment market goes after that. That said, we are seeing a slowdown. Consumers are pulling back. Businesses are pulling back. I think that many people say it could be a recession, might not be a recession. In my mind, if you're out there and you're like, what do I care about a recession or not? You don't really. You either have a job or you don't have a job. Those are your two big metrics.
Yeah. And, you know, you mentioned the Fed and trying to tame inflation. You used this phrase, wage growth deceleration. I mean, what does this actually mean for Americans' pocketbooks, right? Because we saw the Fed. They had another rate hike, right? But looking forward here, right? If people are trying to figure out what is this going to mean in 2023 for the rest of the year for me?
Well, I think what it means is that your wages are not going to go up by as much. But the good news is that inflation is coming down at the same time. So if you got a big pay gain here and prices were here, you're like, uh-oh, I'm running behind. But if you keep most of those wage increases that we've seen over the last couple of years and prices go down, you're in pretty good shape. And I think that's what the Fed's trying to engineer. Yes, they got a late start. The Fed should have started raising rates sooner. But it is now obvious that the Fed sees something here that they like. They like to see wages come down a little bit. They are seeing the right trend when it comes to inflation, but they are not going to take their foot off the brake yet. Remember, we used this analogy early on when they started raising rates. They're tapping the brake. We don't want them to slam the brake on, because then we do end up in a recession ditch. They're tapping the brake on economic growth. If they do it and it's elegant and we get to this place where we don't lose a ton of jobs, the economy slows, prices come down, that's the best case scenario. There's also a scenario where once they see that rates are high for a longer period of time, the economy does go into a technical recession. But hopefully, even if that's the case, we don't lose too many jobs.
I hear there's a must-read new book out that might give us some answers here. Yeah. Can you in 30 seconds fill us in on that?
Yeah, that's maybe my book. Anyway, you know what's funny? I wrote this book. I wrote my book, The Great Money Reset, and it was when the economy was really expanding.
Right.
And I have a whole chapter about negotiating with your boss. And someone just asked me well, isn't that just out the window now? Because don't bosses have all the power? And I think the answer is you'd be surprised, because even in all of these companies that have announced layoffs, there are concurrent hirings that are going on in those exact same companies in those sectors. So if you're feeling down about where tech is, where media is, where retail is, you also should know the other side of the equation is they also have some job openings. We just reported there are 11 million job openings in the United States right now.
But is that at a lower pay rate?
It may be, or it could be that you're not in the cool sector anymore. Like you're not in the cool kid corner where you're in the tech sector. You might have to go and work for the government or in healthcare or in education, and you'll still have a job. Yeah. And by the way, having a job, an excellent thing.
All right, Jill, congrats on the book.
Thank you.
And it's so nice to talk to you about some positive economic
news. Exactly. We like good news too, don't we?
Way to end the Friday. Jill, thank you.